Okay, so just a little bit of background on the Guild. So this is just a short slide presentation. I want this mostly to be interactive and us just communicating with one another, but I thought it'd be helpful to give a little background on the Guild and then dive into some more specifics about the conference. So the Guild was founded in 1937. This is our 80th year, which is very exciting. And we work to ensure all people have opportunities to maximize their creative potential by developing leaders, strengthening organizations, and advocating for community arts education. So just a little about the guilds. This is just a general overview. We are a service organization for the field. So our membership is extremely diverse. We serve community art schools, arts and cultural centers, but we also serve divisions of larger organizations, universities. So really any organization that provides arts learning in some capacity can be a member of the Guild. We have different membership types depending on the organization, but our most popular membership type is for 501c3 nonprofits, and they have the suite of membership benefits that we offer. But this is just a kind of snapshot of the different groups that we serve. So our objectives as an organization, the Guild works collaboratively with a broad range of practitioners and stakeholders within and beyond arts education to, so this is one of two of kind of our big buckets of objectives. We build the capacity of community arts education providers through professional development. So we do ongoing regional and online professional development opportunities for arts educators. We have networking. So as I mentioned, as community manager, I help manage our national networks around specific topic areas. So we have a network for arts and education, people that work in public schools. We have a creative youth development network. We have a network that supports leaders of color in the arts. We have a white allies network that supports those who want to support racial justice issues. And we actually just launched 3 new networks today. So these are really robust opportunities for our members to engage all around the country. We offer information resources. We have a resource center online that's specifically tailored for community arts educators. And then we also offer leadership development. In that picture in the bottom left corner is our Leadership Institute. It's called Community Arts Education Leadership Institute. And Val can speak, very strongly about the power of Kaylee, but that's one of our signature initiatives. But we offer leadership development opportunities across the field as well. The second bucket of our work is to increase support and investment in community arts education. So that first bucket we like to think of as building the capacity of our members. And the second bucket we kind of think of as field building and creating opportunities that are going to grow the pie of arts education. So we do that through strategic partnerships. Our creative youth development national partnership is a partnership with 3 other national organizations to try to advance creative youth development nationally. We catalyze leaders in the field. So Val is one of our ambassadors for the National Guild. So we have various ambassadors that are part of the Guild's work, but are essentially our conduits throughout the field of arts education. And we really love to lift them up and empower them to be a voice in the field. And then we mobilize our members to advocate as well. So we provide tools and resources and opportunities for our members to push their local and federal governments to support arts education. So here's just a snapshot of some of the things that we do. This is a brochure for the Community Arts Education Leadership Institute. Our members receive Guild Notes, which is a quarterly publication that's specific information about community arts education. Then we work with partners to publish research. We have Zoom chats, as you can see, with various people in the field and webinars. So I think something we try to emphasize is that the Guild is a learning community. This is not just for members. We're a learning community for the field in general, but members have the most robust access to the opportunities that we provide in terms of learning. And this is just some of the people that we work with: Arts Education Partnership, the NEA. So these are some of our partners throughout the years and many more, but this is just a snapshot. So the Guild, these are some of our key initiatives at the moment: social justice, leadership development, creative youth development, partnerships with K-12 schools, and creative aging. Today was actually the deadline for our Catalyzing Creative Aging program, where we are doing re-granting and training for organizations that want to work with older adults. So within these key initiatives, we have various things going on at any given time to support our members and to support the field in general. And on our website, we list a few more of these key initiatives, but this is just, these are some of the things that we offer and some of the buckets that we like to put our programming into. And we stress again that we're committed to equity in all of our work. That is, I think, something that undergirds everything that we do and has become core to all of the program initiatives that we have at the Guild. All right, so now I'm going to dive into conference. Are there any questions before I move on to conference, just about the Guild in general and our membership structure and what we offer? Cool. Okay, so the conference, this is our banner program. It happens every year in November. This year we're going to be in the Bay Area, San Francisco, and Oakland. So here you see the purpose of the conference in general is to bring together arts education leaders from around the country and their partners from adjacent sectors to advance equitable access to lifelong learning opportunities in the arts. And this is really, it's one of the only opportunities for the people who do this specific kind of work to come together as a field. And oftentimes we hear people come to the conference and they say, they really kind of like they found their home, which to me feels like the actual purpose. There are any number of capacity building and networking opportunities that we provide, but just having that space for people who do this work to come to the conference and feel like this is where I need to be, that for me feels like the real core purpose of it. So this year, our conference tracks, the conference is broken up into strategic tracks, and you can switch in and among these tracks, but if you want to create an arc of learning along a particular track, there's an opportunity to do so. So we have 7 tracks this year: creative youth development, leadership development, social justice, community partnerships, arts and education, arts and healing, and nonprofit management. I'll just highlight one that's new this year, the arts and healing track. This is something we've heard a lot about the last couple of years, but we've made a much more intentional push to focus on this. So we have a pre-conference that's going to dive into trauma-informed practice. Then we have numerous sessions and keynotes that deal with this. And we have a Friday session that happens on-site as well as off-site with Dr. Sean Ginwright, who's worked with us for the last couple of years and is incredible on this work of arts and healing. And so we're really going deep into that and how the arts can be a part of the healing process that is so important in so many traumatized communities across the country. So the conference program in general, we have our professional development sessions, which include our pre-cons. Then we have more than 50 breakout sessions. And just continued in terms of some of the things that we offer. There are numerous networking opportunities with roundtables and lunches and various events. And sometimes that's where the best relationships happen. It's just meeting in the hallways and going into some of these networking opportunities. So we like to break it out into some more robust breakout sessions and pre-con institutes, and some of the things that are a little bit lighter, but still provide really valuable learning and really valuable opportunities to connect with peers. And then another networking opportunity, but more of a working meeting, is our network meetings. And so these happen for each one of our national networks. And it's an opportunity to reflect on some of the things that the network achieved this year, but also to plan for what the next year is going to look like, to regroup in terms of the strategies for the network, and really just come together and decide who are we as a network, and what can we achieve moving forward. And this year at the conference, we've become, I think, much more intentional about really using this opportunity for face-to-face convening for these networks to really launch the programming for the network in the next year. So this is a great opportunity for people who want to focus on this interest area, and maybe are talking about it locally, but want to connect with others who are doing this kind of work on a national scale and want to figure out how they can get involved with that work, and have a national conversation and speak to others who are doing this across the country and learn from them, but also build with them to strengthen the network within the Guild. So we have showcases and site visits, and this is, I think, one of my favorite elements of the conference is the site visits, and something that I think is a bit unique about what we do. We really are intentional about being about really being ingrained in the community where we go. So we're doing site visits to both San Francisco and Oakland, and these will happen on Saturday, and you'll be bussed out for almost a full day to the site where these sessions are going to happen. So they're really, there'll be a tour, and you'll learn a bit about the program, but they're really off-site institutes or sessions that will go deep into something that's specific to that site. So this year we're going to youth radio in Oakland to learn about their creative youth development programs and how they create career pathways for some of their young people. We'll be holding a Racial Equity Institute site visit at Destiny Arts Center, and there are a number of other site visits that are going to be really valuable. But this is an opportunity to get out of the hotel and to actually be in the community and see where the work actually happens, which is really fantastic. So we're going to be at the Westin St. Francis this year. We're hoping to have about 800 plus delegates, 350 different organizations from 43 states. So it's a really incredible cross-section of people that are doing this work, and a unique opportunity to connect with all of them, I think. So these are some of the various ways you can get involved. A lot of times we hear people that want to come, but they say we don't have the budget, or it's difficult to get there, and we definitely hear that. So we try to provide ways to save. If you volunteer for the conference, it's entirely free. And then this year we're also, and on the next slide I'll get into this a little bit more, but this year we're offering more financial aid opportunities, not only to attend the conference, but to get there. So sometimes that's the hardest part. This is the travel and the hotel. So we are offering some stipends this year for people if they're interested in that as well. But on our website, which I'll put up at the end of this, you can see volunteer opportunities and some of the other ways to save. So just highlighting financial aid. So financial support is available for any organization with a budget size under $750,000. And that essentially that budget size is the budget for the section of the organization that's providing arts learning. So if you're part of a larger organization, it's not the entire budget, it's the education budget, for example, at a larger institution. And then, so that's for anyone around the country that's in that budget range, they can apply. But there's also special financial aid that's available for orgs that are in the Bay Area. And so if folks are in the Bay Area and they want to come to the conference with some financial aid, we have a specific pot of money that's available for local folks. And the last thing I'll mention is that we have a very steep teaching artist discount. If somebody is a practicing teaching artist, a full-time teaching artist, they can come to the conference for $50, which is pretty great. And there are more and more teaching artists have become involved at the conference and have found it really valuable to be a part of the conversation. A lot of the programming is geared toward administrators, but more and more teaching artists are becoming part of it and are really reaping a lot from the conversations. So with that, mark your calendars. This year it's November 15th through the 18th, and down there is the URL. And there's a lot more information on the website. I didn't touch on all the sessions or all the speakers. There's a lot of really robust information on the website that I think you would find valuable. So with that, I'm going to stop the slides because we can just speak to one another. And I'm going to pass it off to Val and Nikita, who could share a little bit about their experiences and why they found the conference valuable.
Yeah, so I'll start quickly and want Lita to chime in as well. This will be my 5th Guild conference, which is exciting. And I think, some of the points that Drew touched on about the networking opportunities, and I think just the different entry points for conference participants is one of the most exciting things about the Guild conference. So not only do you have kind of social networking opportunities, you have those lunch sessions, or you have one-to-one office hours with another practitioner in the field. There's really just kind of multiple entry points for practitioners to come together and talk and learn about different programs. And so we really, at National, we want to continue to promote these opportunities with the National Guild with club organizations. So we have at least 4 club organizations that are members of the National Guild. And again, as Drew said, becoming a member for your arts team is taking your arts, your arts or your education budget and calculating membership based on that, which is often really affordable for clubs. And so, Lakita will share certainly how it's been valuable for them, but just in a national organization, one, it keeps us in touch with other arts organizations in the field that we can learn from, just from best practices that are happening, and figure out how we can incorporate that learning into clubs. And it's just also, it's education and learning for us, for the creative youth development team at Boys and Girls Clubs of America, to help refine our practices and be able to promote great resources to club staff all over the place. So I keep going. I've gone to the Leadership Institute. I've gone to that pre-conference day, and the site visits have been extremely helpful to just keep touch to the field of the arts, the field of creative youth development. So I think the Guild does a really good job at that. And Lee, I know this was your first conference was last year in Chicago. Yeah.
And I just think for club staff, there's some real practical takeaways. And thank you, Drew, for sharing, looking at those high-level topics for this coming year, and seeing community partnerships. So knowing that there will be, again, those practices and also networking opportunities that club staff can take back to their clubs to enhance the quality of their arts programming. And I think also looking at kind of where arts organizations, schools are going in the field of creative youth development, and learning, again, those staff best practices and things that we can model in our arts programming in the clubs, again, to best continue on that pathway of program quality.
And in Milwaukee, it was great for us when we were beginning to rebuild our program, to go the first year and learn some best practices. There was some great networking that took place. A lot of our arts organizations in the city of Milwaukee, they attend the conference. So when we come to the table to work together, we speak some of the same languages. We ask each other, are we going every year? And Cassie, who was coming this year from the arts department, she was a brand new manager, and she was really nervous in her new role. So it was a great opportunity for her to meet other managers who work for other arts organizations. But another thing it did for us to see where we are, where we need to grow, and also to see that we're at a pretty decent place, because sometimes I feel like we're really hard on ourselves. But to talk with your peers from around the country, it's a great place as a tool to measure where you are, and give you ideas of where you need to grow as well. So it's been very instrumental. Especially it has empowered Cassie to she actually filled out a scholarship form with our HR department to be able to go to this conference. So it's something she advocated for. She loved it. And it was an opportunity for her to grow. And also the resources that you have there are amazing. We bring books back every year that we put in our arts education library. So those are some books, because we're not in college anymore. They're books that we use as reference when we're working on grants, or we're just trying to find ideas to really stay relevant in what we do.
Great. All right, well, thank you both.